結
どうしたんだろう、二人とも。
Yo, this show, A Sign of Affection, episode number 4, this show makes me so jealous, but not for the reason that you think. This show makes me jealous because one thing I noticed is like, okay, and I'm going to talk about the whole episode, but this episode, they go to Costco, and instead of driving back to their place, whatever, they're like, yo, let's take the train. God, for anybody who lives over here in the West, in America specifically, like, if you live over here, then you know, like, our transportation system absolutely sucks because each state kind of, like, acts independently. So, like, each state is their mini country. So, like, it's up to each state to decide their own transportation system, as opposed to Japan, to where it's like, okay, the country is whole. So, it's like, it's not each, like, Hokkaido and Tokyo, and they're not done independently. Like they're done as a unit, as a country, as it should be. And they have the awesome transportation system of, they basically have like railways, or they have, you know, like their subway system everywhere in Japan. So you really can take the train anywhere you need to go within the country. So it's like, okay, I'm going to go to, you know, this city over here, you know, I'm going to go to this town over here. You could take the train to get there. You can take the train and go back. You could be driving. So, like, I was like, I'm so jealous of that because, like, how cool would it be, you know, like, just, like, I don't know about you guys, but, like, personally, like, I love cars, but I hate driving. You know what I mean? And it's like, I love cars. I nerd out about them. I work on them, stuff like that. But it's ultimately, it's like, I actually, like, hate driving. Like, it gets tiring. So, like, it'd be so cool to just be able to walk and take a train somewhere and stuff, too. And you'd be so much more fit. So, if you're a fatty, like your boy over here, like, you'd probably be losing some weight because you were able to walk and take the train. And I just think it's such a cool thing. Anyways, that's just my little rant about our crappy transportation over here, at least in the West. I know there are some countries, you know, that are way better. If you're any part of Asia, if you're part of any Asian country, you have peak transportation system. And if you're part of the European side of the world, well, that it gets a little bit better. Mexico kind of sucks, kind of like us here. Canada, a little bit better, but again, it kind of sucks as well too. So anyways, okay. Episode number 4, guys, was juicy. Like, it was a juicy episode. And I was thinking, like, how do I describe, like, how, like, ooh, like, oh, like, I had those, like, ooh, your body cringe moments, like, ooh, my God, stop. Like, I had those moments. Like, and I was like, the best way I could think of to describe it is, I don't know if you guys have ever read, I don't know if you've ever read, I don't know if you've ever read, like, a juicy or spicy, like, light novel or manga or something, and it's like, it's not getting spicy like sexual, but just getting like spicy, like this episode's getting spicy, and you like you're reading or whatever, and then you close the book to squeal, like, oof, like ooh, wow, like that, you know that's the only way I can really describe how this episode really felt, because like Yuki and 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 shared a ton of really cute moments this episode. Like, first off, 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 went and made 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐽 or whatever his name is super effing jelly. Like, bro was just fuming, you know? And one of the things that Yuki said, you know, when she was interacting with him was like, oh, he's so immature. He's so different from 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭. And I don't necessarily think that one or the other is more mature. I think it's just their innate personalities and the way they show affection is a little different. And obviously 𝐒𝐡𝐚 or whatever can't be upfront because he obviously really likes Yuki. And his way to show that is not as mature as maybe Yuki would like it to be. So therefore she doesn't take it serious at all. So, you know, that kind of goes into the dynamic of just, you know, how people are. And sometimes like you could really like somebody and they just don't get it because you're just not doing it the way they would imagine you need to be doing it. So that's the whole thing. And then he goes and he looks at 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭, and 𝐒𝐡𝐚𝐧𝐬𝐭 hides her eyes so she can't read his lips, and he's just like, oh, he's like, oh, you know, don't grab her from behind, you know, she can't hear, blah blah. He's like, she said she likes it when I do, or she said it's okay when it's me, or she said something like that. I was like, oh, those are fighting words, bro. Like he just went like, he's like, she said it's good. She said it's good when it's me. It's okay when it's me. It's like, damn. So that was that. And then Yuki, Rika, like I think her name's Rika, Yuki's friend, best friend, and then the Itsumi's friend. They were sitting in the car, and he was talking about like, oh, does Yuki like him and blah blah, and that basically he might not actually like her, doesn't want to see her get hurt, kind of thing. And then when Yuki and Itsumi comes, they're holding hands, and they're like, you know what I mean? And then there, Itsumi was like, oh well, I was just holding her hand because like she almost fell into the road or something, I want to make sure she's safe. And they're like, oh, okay. But then he grabs her hand, and like puts her into the car gently. And then both of the friends were like, it was just so, I can't reenact it, but it was just so good. And then they go to Costco, and I was like, oh my God, the Costco run? Okay, I see you guys. Then they go to Costco. And then our bro Itsumi was like, Yuki, like so affectionately, like then again Rika and her future boyfriend, whatever, they're both like, and then he Tatsuo, I think his name is, then he's like, he tells Yuki's like, oh, he never sounds that affectionate, and obviously that sends Yuki to the hyperspace. And then they share a really cool moment, and he gives them time, and they're gonna go eat at his place, and that's we're gonna probably, I assume next episode we'll probably get to his place, and then we'll eat or whatever is gonna happen. So really cool stuff, like you can see the relationship building and like moving forward, and it's just so good. Also at the beginning of the episode, the Emma stuff happened with her inviting her friend out, and they, the girls got drinks, and they shot the stuff, and whatever that happened too. That's just kind of a part of the episode. But man, the juice is loose. This episode was so good. Like this had, like, if you're watching this show, like we're just being treated this season, because I was like, man, this is spicy stuff. Like it's really good. Like you just can't help but smile. Like it's just good stuff. Anyways. Those are my thoughts, my friends. I'll see you guys next week for more juicy stuff. All right, peace.